Welcome, folks, to what promises to be a great Tuesday night of the NBA on 2K Sports. Alongside my broadcast partner, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. This is a look now at the State Farm starting lineups. And, guys, what are we going to be looking for in this one from Dirk Nowitzki?
Well, Dirk is just so good at the offensive end of the floor, Kevin. The ability to
shoot has
been
been phenomenal throughout his career, and very few situations bother him. He's clutch as a scorer, and he's more clutch because he's an excellent free throw shooter, too.
The 76ers hoping for a happy ending to close out their homestand before hitting the road. And this is the first time they've matched up with the Mavericks.
Expect a little subterfuge and misdirection in this one, trying to keep the defense honest.
Okay, Doris, thanks. It's almost like a crucial aspect to enabling your offense. You first have to get around this stifling defense, don't you?
Yeah, and I think the key, Kevin, is being the aggressor right from the
For
outset.
the offensive board, then taking it right back up there.
That's just all about strength and energy, guys.
Kamen's shot is good.
Dirk Nowitzki had some trouble early in the year with soreness and stiffness in his knees, probably the result of playing for Germany over the summer, and then also the shortened training camp and the condensed schedule. But it's great to see Dirk back with his form
As we gotten underway.
and you chalk that loss up to poor shooting, guys. There was very little flow to their offense, and they really didn't find quality shots.
Yeah, I'd go along with that. It's a combination of poor execution and then no quality shots. They seem far too focused on cohesive team play. Man, that was nice.
Little Statue of Liberty.
Yeah,
You're right.
that was strong.
Simple, direct, and effective.
The shot's good from Bynum. Going back.
Too much into that because, again, players know when they've earned whatever accolades or recognition they get.
And that one's good.
He is so good at work.
Now here's Collison, averaging 9 points per contest. Here's Mayo. And it's Philadelphia with the
Last year
rebound.
was an interesting season for the Dallas Mavericks. I thought Rick Carlisle did his best to parse out minutes and try to...
Holiday against Collison. The dish to Richardson.
Days to rest in between. As a matter of fact, I would love to see this length of the season go back to normal.
This is better coaching, fresher athletes. I mean, even the commissioner agreed with you on that.
I think that would be awesome if somehow you could make that happen.
And here's Richardson. O.J. Mayo getting it to go from deep. Holiday, the pass to Miller. Bynum sets a screen for Miller. Bynum inside. And stolen by Mayo. Collison, good.
I like it. He could have gone for the forced finish, but
Outside Mayo. Shoots from the high post. The shot's good. Collison making the play.
And it's been an entertaining game as well, guys.
Miller kicks to Allen. Back to Miller. Miller off a pick from Allen. Miller dishes to Allen. Off target there with the little leaner. Over Miller. Bobois can't get it to go. He dishes it to Marion. Goes back up. Shot is off. Now the 76ers. The pass to Miller. Allen with the screen for Miller. And there's the feed to Young. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots over Bobois. The 76ers with another miss. It's blocked, but they get it back. Here's Cunningham. They get it again.
Hit them in. They didn't apply nearly enough pressure on their shooters.
Miller in the game for the 76ers. Oh, that's blocked. And they're able to recover. Gets it to go.
And up in there.
I agree. I mean, you look at the points they're giving up. Most of them seem to be coming inside the paint.
And let's now go to the sideline.
That's a recipe for success and some good eating, too.
Oh, I love to eat.
It all goes back to food with you guys.
Philadelphia foul call. And so he draws.
Really good job of keeping the down years to a minimum and having a shot at the title in a number of those seasons.
Here's Young. Here's Allen. Reverses. Scooped up. Miller outside. Good. Allen, a screen on Bobois. Miller dishes to Allen. Tough break there. Shot
Coach,
after.
I think, and he really turned that team around, turned that franchise around. And the question now is, can they get to the next step?
Now Miller. Carter's missing on the 3. Open look. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And a missed opportunity right there.
Definitely. I think he should have converted
Check in for the Mavericks. Miller outside. Miller right side. The 76ers need to get off a shot over Cunningham, and they will call over the back.
Too quick for big men, and then too tall for smaller guys who try to guard him. So he's a constant mismatch on the floor.
Or when it's well contested like that.
Now here's Bynum. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Phoenix.
He got some huge points from the foul line, too, Kevin. He was very aggressive, generating contact and drawing fouls.
Here's Young. Good on the shot. Who's getting it done is Thaddeus Young.
And a lot of the second chances that this team has gotten have come because of his hard work underneath.
Steve, he's scrapping and fighting and positioning down there and doing everything he can within the rules.
O.J. Mayo on the wing. That falls. Great assist by Derek. And Holiday kicks to Miller. And if you're just joining us, we've played over a minute here in the third. Richardson up top. Stolen by Carter. And here we go. Carter heading to the hoop.
One end and get beaten on the break at the other.
Holiday with it. Picked up by Collison. He kicks to Miller. It's Richardson on the wing. Back to Miller. Young outside. The dish to Bynum. And that one's good.
It's disconcerting to see them fade the way they did late in the year.
Good. And
stretches where they can really compete with anybody in the East without really having to bring anybody in. The next step for them is to be able to maintain that level of play for the whole season and continue to
now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris.
Guys, Evan Turner had a great college career at Ohio State. When his shoe Turner said, I'm more comfortable with it. Mechanics was key. I get my shot off quicker nowadays. That definitely helps. Kevin, a necessary skill in the NBA.
Good shot.
Collison kicks to Mayo. And stolen by Miller. For the finish. And out the bucket. And that reminds me, did either of you guys see him in that last press conference?
I saw him, Kevin, and I thought it was interesting. He talked about what an honor it was to get that type of recognition. Talked about how he's dreamt about playing in the NBA and being on magazine covers since he was a little kid. But he doesn't want it to change his focus, you know, and it's easy to do once you start feeling pretty happy about the way things are going.
It's a good way to keep it, you know, in the right perspective, Steve.
Well, O.J. Mayo stepping into the instant offense off the bench role for the Grizzlies last season.
And the 76ers making a change here. Pause is checked in. The Mavericks also over Miller. Shot by Mayo is no good. And you've got to give O.J. Mayo a lot of credit, Steve, accepting that bench role, not being a malcontent and being a good team guy.
Yeah, former #3 overall pick in the draft, but he showed that he's all about winning by accepting that role. And I think that's more important to teams than seeing whether a guy will start or not. Will he accept his role?
Mayo up top. Shoots it up. Hits the jumper in space. Mayo's great in transition and able to drive and finish at the rim.
Yeah, I really like his improvement and how he's developed as a player. He's tough for most big men to stay in front of. He's got the nice left-handed stroke, which I think keeps guys off balance.
His 8th rebound here tonight. And Holiday kicks to Young. Cannot hit by 11. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Shots good
back from the field, but his team is taking care of business.
Wright sets a screen for Miller. The kick out to Young. And stolen by Mayo. And now it's Mayo. Oh,
look out. Took it strong to the cup.
Yeah, and aggressive.
They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're
coach leading his team to the playoffs in 7 of those seasons.
And at every stop, Kevin.
Marion with the double team. Here's Miller. Good on the triple. Miller's got some nice passing here by Dallas. Mayo. That falls. Great. And Holiday kicks to Miller from outside the arc. It's good. The assist that time
wasn't in control that time. Everybody in the building knew it was an over-the-back call.
Miller, no luck. And there's the pass to Carter. He's against Miller. Carter dishes to Brand. Up and in on the layup. Miller with a screen on Collison. And Holiday kicks to Miller. Passes to Richardson. Clock at 6. It's 1 on the clock. Shot is off.
To see them in the lead, I mean, when you score efficiently like that, you keep a lot of pressure on the other team.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Doug Collins as he addressed his team. He was emphatic.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Offensive rebound. Tries again. He picks him up defensively. Here's Mayo. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time once they got there.
Well, I give Mark Cuban a ton of credit for what Clark talked about, just the longevity of their success. And a lot of that has to do with Dirk Nowitzki as well. But Cuban had a vision.
Bynum dishes to Miller. Miller off a pick from Bynum. It's Richardson on the wing. There's the triple. Richardson missed, so active. Kicks it to Miller. Pass to Richardson. Back to Miller. Feeds to Bynum. Outside Holiday. Young. And he slams it in one-handed.
It was a struggle for Dallas. They lost Tyson Chandler in the offseason. And, you know, the lockout condensed season was tough for them with the age.
Steve, you look at the standings for the past few years, the Mavs, one of the toughest road teams in the league. But Clark led.
It's really a big part of why they didn't win their division and had to settle for the 7th seed in the Western Conference playoffs.
Thaddeus Young grabs the miss. The 76ers trail by 16. Here's Miller. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
The 76ers were the 8th seed in the playoffs, and even though they upset the Bulls in the first round, it wasn't really considered a shocker as the Bulls were playing without Derrick Rose.
But not to take anything away, we saw the kind of trouble they gave Boston in that second round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that series went 7 games, so you know that victory over Chicago was no fluke. The Sixers were young, athletic, and they've got a bright future, guys.
Beyond the arc. Mavericks and Holiday. Here we go. Miller. Back to Holiday. Lets it fly from 18. Just the other way. They'll be off to Charlotte for a meeting with the Bobcats after this one. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Dishes to Richardson. An amazing finish with a hand. It grabs the miss. Richardson's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
So far, he hasn't made much of a contribution at the offensive end.
Here's Young. The Mavericks pull it in. Richardson against Collison. There's the downs here tonight. So active. Here's Miller. And it's off from 3-point range. Collison kicks to Mayo. Over Miller. Dallas again missing. Nowitzki with the steal. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break to end the drought. Mayo. That's good. Vince Carter pulls it down. Carter's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Out to Miller. Back to Holiday. Can't get it to go. So the Mavericks will take it the other way.
He just can't get a good
Young's shot is off.
That was a layup. You've got to knock that down. You've got to convert when you get those opportunities.
Gets the ball. And Holiday kicks to Miller. He dishes it to Richardson. Shot to stop the run. Richardson. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well,